What is that 18-month roadmap to becoming a PM at FAANG?
So let's divide it into your 6 milestones. Your first milestone is understanding and building your first good prototype. So, what does that involve? That involves, do you understand what goes behind the model, this intelligence piece in this diagram? So, this intelligence piece is your LLMs. You can call this GPT-5 or this, how this piece is built. Then, how you connect it with your own knowledge of the company, your own databases. So, this is the thing that we all have intelligence, and this is coming in machines these days. This is how the world works, a knowledge that is not in the model, which is, hey, what's the vocations in your company? What you like as it, where you have visited in last 1 year if you're building a travel agent. Then your memory or signals, then your tools, which can change the state of the world. So this is how the world works, current state of the world, and then your tools, which is how can you change the state of the world, and then guardrails, which is what you should do and what you can't do, or putting all the checks and laws, or even checking by feedback, did we achieve the goal or not? And then bringing this all together to build a real working agent. That should be your goal in first 3 months, that you understand these concepts in and out, and you have built your first agent with all of these ingredients in it. That should be your goal for first 3 months. After that, what you're looking for is either starting your own thing on side, which is a real good problem you have, which can be any problem under the sun. I don't care. Do you have PhD level expertise in that thing? Does it have unstructured data and complex decision making? And if it has all these three, just start solving that problem. That's your next 3 months. And you should have at least 10 to 20 free users on that. That will teach you how to evaluate these things. So, next, what we are learning is first 3 months, you learn concepts, then you go and say build and evaluate. Once you reach that, that's your 6 months, that's your first iteration. And after that, next 6 months, I really want you to get it into production. Whether you are hiring your own team of 5 engineers, maybe somewhere in India or somewhere, it doesn't cost that much. And you are actually making it production and going from 10 customers to 100 customers. Another idea there is work for a startup for free. People will love to take that. And everybody wants people who have this much done and give them free hands. So that's your next 6 months. Build and give people the right thing. This will teach you how actually this build and evaluate iterations will work and bring the ambiguity and scale factor on your world. Once you have that, you have hit an year, then you start actually doing a lot of, after this, you're trying to decouple any companies that you want to target their products and seeing what feature you will build. And you start working in their open communities. You run evaluations for them free. By this time, you should have your evaluation frameworks, and you're running evaluations and telling them what are their gaps. And you're doing it for top 10 companies that you want to work for their top 10 products, which everybody cares about. Whether it is OpenAI, Anthropic, Meta, Llama, start doing that. I've done that, and it does wonders. And then you create a small community around it, and you are building them, and you're saying, hey, you know what? I got these 3 engineers. I came up with this feature list, and I have checked it into your code base. Like at that point, okay, Meta won't hire you, but Google will hire you, right? Nobody can stop you. Next iteration, you are even doing better than their PMs. And the beautiful part is, all these companies have open source their model or some version of their model. Even GPT has an open source model now. And you can take that and show them how GPT-5 is so bad at instruction following, and take the open model and fix it and do a side by side eval and publish it as a paper. And you can do that once you reach this 1 year time frame. After that, our students, like people who have been our community, have done the courses, have been done all the paths. They get jobs before this step, but if they don't get it, I know a guy who just hacked the whole website and showed them their prompt and said, hey, maybe you want to do these checks in, otherwise people will see your prompts. And he got his first gig like that. And then he worked in, now he works for Carfax, building their AI stack. So it's not like people are desperate for you, but you need to be desperate for learning. And that's your 18 months, month on month. And every 3 months, you should be hacking after this. And I don't, means if you reach that stage, just ping me.
This was the clearest, most actionable roadmap I have gotten yet, and I've asked quite a few people this question, so make sure you guys were taking notes on that. I want to talk about this final angle of AI agents, which is if you're just a regular PM, not an AI PM, what AI agents should you be building to improve your efficiency on the job?
It's a really good question. I think one AI agent which all of us need is the guy who looks at our customer interactions. So we we live in a multi-facet or multi-modal world, and we go to a lot of calls where our sales or our friends or things talk about this. So always have a single agent which goes through every channel, every interaction where you can get feedback on your product, processes it, and does something. I think that's a missing agent. I have not seen any tool. I've seen like some tools here and there. I think you should build it and iterate on it. So that's my number one suggestion. My number two suggestion is build something that you can run A/B tests at scale, which is this idea that before what you want to run, there's never enough people to run A/B test. And to be honest, when we ran them, it was such a insignificant sample to make any judgment calls. But we live in AI now, and you can create thousands of different personas with small variations, put them into groups and show them your product, and maybe run a quick simulations of A/B testing or just simulation of who is going to use their product most or love the product most. So one is, this simulation should teach you how your product fails and for what customers. So that's one thing you should get out of that agent. And second thing, the output of that agent is that it tells you which personas will love your product, which uh, which by the way will be the people who have finished the flow faster, have stopped at the key points and click the feedback. So these two, and I think all of us should build a reviewer. I think people lose lot of, especially people who are new in AI, lose lot of their brand in the beginning because they have these documents which are immature, they use terms loosely, and not to their fault. They are just new. So I will build a reviewer. I think people who are building like PRD tools or create PRD tools, I think they're really foolish. They don't understand like how much is about credibility of the person, and their intuition is goes in that PRD. And if AI generates it and you think that can solve or that's how the organization will make decisions, I think we're not there yet. So I don't need that. What I need is I will write the PRD and I will check it with AI, but I want to have a reviewer who has looked at my manager 20 reviews, how he commented, and can automatically comment on my PRD in his style, what he cares about, what he doesn't care about. And if I build that reviewer, everybody should be able to use it. Just upload whoever you are reviewing with, take that previous 10 reviews, upload them, upload your document, click a button, you got the first review. You address the things and then you show up. I think that people will use and will be a great thing. So A/B tool for testing or a scale to run simulations of your customers and get insights, which is based on this thing, which actually watches different channels and give you insights. And third is a reviewer tool. I think these are the dream tools which I want to build or use, or I think everybody should build and use. And we are working on a couple of them. If you want to help, happy to take that help too.
Love it. So, we talked about how well these roles are paying, yet you've chosen not to continue on the path of these roles. I have to ask, this is the hot question now. You're on the hot seat. How big is the business of Mahesh?
Ah, I think that's a good question. So I think I'm very comfortable with the community and things that build. I won't give you my exact numbers, but you can look at how much our course sells for. We have grown 40% cohort by cohort. We started with 40 people and we have grown 40% each cohort. This we are on our eighth cohort, and we are serving 180 or so people, and we have divided into two because I never wanted to be have more than like 70, 80 students in one group because I really wanted to have personal interactions and know them by name. So I run two classes now. So that's how we are making money. But I'm also working on building my own thing, and the money that we make here goes into that. So
Okay.
not a like business of Mahesh is a lot of transactions. I'm a medium these days, so it comes from here, goes here, and the goal is to bring the best AI capabilities in the hands of people which are least likely to use them without help. And with that goal, here we are trying to bring a lot of people who can't get to AI faster. And then on the other side, we are building tools for people who can bring AI to a lot of other fields, not just tech, so that more people can come in. And if I can be a catalyst in that reaction, that's business of Mahesh. And now you did
Love
some
it.
math maybe already.